Hey, it's Insane Rider. Welcome to the channel, The Budget Gamer. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where on the globe you are. Just going to do a quick sound check and dive right in. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's dive into what we got going tonight. So first of all, I'm displaying a new avatar. Just giving it a try. It came with my Cartoon Animator 5. Was a little minor purchase. They call him the hipster. A little bit more akin to my actual appearance, more so than the anime, although I like the anime avatar much better. But I wanted just to give him a try tonight. He's got a little bit more three-dimensionalness to him. A little bit interesting features to him. So I just want to give him a try and see what I think. And if anyone else has any input, that's great. Or if not, that's cool too. So what I've got going tonight is the Chatot deck. Chatot. The Chatot deck is a fast play deck. And this fast play deck, some would almost call it a gimmick. I'm not 100% sure it's a gimmick. But I did do a little bit of testing out. I'm releasing a video sometime tomorrow morning on this deck with the build out and everything, and I had to get a little gameplay action. And so during that test out, I was actually having a lot of fun. It's literally roll the dice, hope for the best, and either you get what you're looking for or you don't. So let's go ahead and take a quick run through the deck. So I've got the deck up on the screen right now. It consists of 2 Magikarp, and those are the A1A versions of the Magikarp. I've got 2 Gyarados EX, and really Gyarados EX is the heavy power lifter of this deck. Your single focus is to power up Gyarados, kind of like any water deck that you're playing Gyarados with. And, you know, start hammering away, start wailing away. So in addition to the 2 Magikarp from A1A and Gyarados EX, the key to this deck is the Chatot cards. And Chatot, its attack isn't really attack. What it does is it basically takes whatever cards you have in your hand, reshuffles everything back into the deck, and then however many cards your opponent has, you get dealt that same number of cards. So the thought behind this deck and the play style is you want to basically kind of thumb through your deck by getting new cards, find your Gyarados, your Magikarp, and your Misty, and basically try to power up very quickly. But if you just have a bunch of regular cards, it's probably not going to work that great. So the gimmick part of this deck is, let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit further. I've got a potion, an X-Speed, a couple Pokeball, but then you're going to see 5 fossil cards. So what are fossil cards? We all know fossil cards are what we use to basically evolve our fossil Pokemon. They're an item card. They can act as a 40 HP basic Pokemon. But at the same time, they can also be discarded. And once they're discarded, you know, you're done with them. So in the thought process and the synergy of using Chatot to go through your hand, you kind of want to thin out your deck as quick as possible. And that's where these fossil item cards come into play. And the basic concept is you want to get, Chatot to the active spot. You want to play your Pokeball, your Professor's Research. You want to make sure you save one spot on the bench to play your item fossil card. As soon as you play it, you discard it. It's gone. Play the next one, discard it, however many you have. Then when everything's all said and done, and hopefully you don't have that many cards, then you just go ahead and use Chatot's Mimic attack. And then basically whatever remaining cards you have, let's say you didn't have your Gyarados, you didn't have your Misty, it's not on the table, then you basically get your deck reshuffled and you pull the same number of cards as your other opponent. So that's the basic premise behind this deck. It's kind of different. Some might say there's a gimmick to it, but we're going to go ahead and play it tonight for a few hours and see what we think. Everyone can make their own opinions on whether it has feasibility or not. But let's just go ahead and dive in. So again, what I'm going to be doing is trying to power up Gyarados EX. That's my sole goal in life, and I'm going to try to go through as many cards as I can as quick as possible to make sure I get Gyarados up and I get Misty active, helping me out with that energy. Now, if any of you follow my stream, you know that Misty and myself don't get along very well. I could flip 10 coins and maybe I'll get 1 or 2 heads when it comes to Misty. So, although this deck sounds good on paper, even with Misty, we'll see how it goes. So I'm just diving right in. So I've won the coin flip, probably the only coin flip I'll get heads on tonight. That's how it feels anyway with my luck. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and put Chatot right to the active spot. And that's exactly where we want Chatot. We've got 2 of those in the deck. So I've got the listing of what's on the deck on the side. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and start the battle. What I'm looking for is basically going to try to play as many cards in my hand as possible. So let's just get this party started. So Pokeball to start. Well, attempting a Pokeball. There it goes. A little laggy. So there's a Magikarp. So that's a good start. I mean, I need that. I'm going for Gyarados EX. So I need 2 Magikarps. So, and I've got a Misty, so I'm looking pretty good there. So now let's just kind of run through the equation here. I don't want to play down energy on Misty yet, just because of somebody Sabrina's me. So I'm going to go ahead and play down this Fossils card. I need to make sure I kind of keep track of my time, and then I'm going to discard it. I'm going to place down this old Amber card, and you know what? I'm going to discard it. And with that, I've kind of already thinned out my hand by 2. Of course, I can't attack to reshuffle yet, but that's the whole intent of everything, is to get rid of as many cards as I can, so that when I use my Mimic, I'm pulling from a new remaining cards that are in my deck. So if I hold them all and play Mimic, all I'm going to do is put all of those ones I have already back in my hand, all the ones that I didn't really want to play. All right, so Geodude to the front. The wall's coming back. So, and there's a Geodude's going to go ahead and attack for 20 points of damage. There's a second Chatot card. I'll get the pronunciation of this down. It's Chatot. All right, so Chatot down to the bench. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Well, I'm going to wait to play the energy for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and see what... who knows? Maybe I get lucky with Misty here right in the very beginning. Typically, I don't. And she only gives me 1. All right. So she didn't really help out too much. That's a shame. So with that, I'll go ahead and put my energy there. And I'm going to go ahead and use Mimic. My opponent has 2 cards, so I'm going to get rid of 1. Hopefully see 2 new cards. And I got another Misty and a Professor's Research. So we'll take that. That was a good exchange right there. All right, Geodude's going to Graveler. Graveler's short 1 energy, so I at least got 1 more turn before my Chatot is at risk. So I'll probably go ahead, and since it's a 1 energy, I'll probably retreat back and then go ahead and power up the other one. Again, what I'm trying to do is use as much Mimic as I can as possible to try to get my Misties going, feeding me energy to my Gyarados. All right, so perfect. I have that X speed back. I'm facing a 70-point attack, so I'm going to go ahead with this. The first thing I'm going to do is try Misty again. Let's see if Misty can help out a little bit. Okay, so unfortunately, if you coin flip like I do, this deck is going to really struggle. So that didn't pan out at all for me. 2 Misties, one energy. But that said, I'm going to go ahead and play my X speed on my lead card. I'm going to go ahead and retreat back at no cost. Next, I'm going to go ahead and move the second energy. Oh, hold on. Gotta get myself caught up here. I'm lagging a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and move this energy over to my new card. And with that, unfortunately, I already played Misty, so I can't use Professor's Research. And with that, I'll go ahead and do a Mimic. Got an old Amber and a Dome Fossil and a Gyarados. So that paid off a little bit. So my Chatot's basically at risk. Golem's in play now. 1 energy away. So I have avoided a little bit of damage just by my opponent evolving so quickly. Giovanni's going to come in and help out with some extra damage. Okay. And I'm back up. So, a little bit on the struggle bus trying to get this deck to work. I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of it, but I like to look at these unique decks and give them a try. So, Gyarados EX. We got Magikarp to Gyarados EX. I'm sitting on 1 whole whopping energy. Misty really did not help out. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use this Dome Fossil card and discard it. I'm going to use this Dome Fossil card and then discard it. And of course, one more time, another Dome Fossil card, and discard it. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add this energy over to Gyarados. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Chatot to Mimic. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2 cards, what my opponent has. I got a Pokeball and a Professor's Research. That's a pretty good exchange. So again, what I'm trying to do is just test out this fast play Chatot deck. I'm pretty optimistic. I'll have some fun with it. All right, Golem. We know Golem Drudagon is an amazing deck. Played it the other night, had great success with it. My opponent takes the early lead. Of course, my Gyarados is not ready to step up. So my second Chatot's going to step into play. I'm not digging for any more Misty cards, because I already had them early. Didn't work out for me. But I'll start with a Pokeball. That should bring me my second Magikarp at least. So my Magikarp's going to go to the bench. And I ask Professor Oak to help out. So 2 more cards in my hand. I have a Giovanni and another Professor's Research. I'm going to assign this third energy over to Gyarados. And with that, I'm going to... Now, if I play Mimic, I'm going to lose my second evolution, Giovanni. So I'm probably not going to play Mimic right now, because I kind of have what I need. I'm not really digging for Misty anymore. And I've got my second Gyarados, so I'm not digging for another Magikarp or Gyarados. So in this particular case, I'm just going to sit tight and basically end my turn. Alright, so we got Golem with 4 energy. Golem has a 120 point attack. Here comes Brock to help out. Gonna feed it 5 energy. During the opponent's, there's a 120 point strike. My opponent's now got a 2-0 lead. First match of the night. I'm a little bit on the struggle bus. I have not been able to get Misty to help me out, and that's one key on this this particular deck. Got a potion. All right, so let's just start with the basics. I'm going to... Oh, can't even use Professor's Research because I'm already through my deck. So we know Gyarados is going to step over here. Gyarados is probably not going to see the action at all, but I'm going to go ahead and assign this extra energy point here. So I'm looking at a 40 point strike. Golem is weak to grass energy, so I don't have 20 there. So Giovanni's really not going to buy me anything on this particular hit either. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do my Rampaging Whirlpool for 110 points of damage, because Golem has that defense that takes off 30. Now I'm still within 2-shot striking distance. My opponent's so far just pulling fighting energy. So I haven't seen any fire in their deck, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. So they're going to move Drudagon to the front and ask Brock to help out. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and start powering up my second deck here. I want to make sure I have 2 Gyarados completely ready to go. So with that, I will go ahead and end my turn. My opponent's still just pulling fighting energy. So I know that they can't one-shot me. So with that, I'll assign a second energy and end my turn. They're going to go ahead and throw a heal. They're up to 90. They need that 110 to get to a point where 120, technically. All right, I'm going to go ahead and assign yet another energy. So this gameplay is a little unique and different. A little fun at the same time, especially if you play a lot of Pocket. It's always fun to do something different. I'm going to end my turn. Opponent's going with the Professor's Research. Probably fishing for some extra help. Oh, and they got a Geodude finally. Alright, they're going to go for a Pokeball. I'm at the point that I can go ahead and attack, so I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy here. I know I'm looking at a Rough Skin attack coming back at me at 20. So with that, I'll go ahead and attack. That's going to bring me down to 160. So I'm still out of striking distance from Golem, thankfully. My opponent's going to bring back another dragon, another Drudagon. They got their second Graveler going. They need that to be able to win this match. Now, I'd be at 140. So I think with a 120 point attack, I can go ahead and it's 3 energy to retreat, so I'm not going to retreat yet. But I will go ahead and put this energy on my main one. And with that, I'll go ahead and attack again. Alright, so the match is tied. It's coming right down to the very end. The whole intention of this deck is to get Gyarados early. Unfortunately, that didn't happen for me. Ends up that it's being very late. Graveler to the front. It's tied at 2-2. They were able to get a Golem. They're still short 1 energy. So at this point, we're still looking at a 120 point strike. So with a 120 point strike, I'm going to go ahead and throw my potion on me. And I know I'm going to do 30 less, so I'm going to do 110. So with that, before I attack though, let's make sure I throw this energy in a good spot. I'm going to put it over here to help with the retreat. I've got what I need with my one in the back. I'll go ahead and attack for 140. My opponent's down to 20. They've got a 120 point strike coming my way. From either one of them. There's 120. And I'm assuming my opponent's going to concede, but maybe not. And with that, I'm 1-0 with this crazy deck. It didn't start off very good. Misty was very cruel to me. But in the end, it worked out. So there's a win. So in a nutshell, that's the whole intent of this deck. Notice I ran out of cards very early. And that's by design. You play all your fossils. You got to leave one spot open on the bench. Play all your fossils. Keep discarding. Try to pull Misty. Try to get her to help you out. You know, get that Magikarp, get that Gyarados energized up, and then try to get your 1-2 combination with Gyarados going early, not so late. But I say the reason why I won that match is I didn't advance and start attacking the Druddigon until I had a second Magikarp ready to go on the bench. Because otherwise I would have been whittling down my main one and not being able to attack with a secondary one. I think that was kind of the key strategy there on that. All right, so with that, let's just go ahead and move on. I am getting one streaming error, so I'm just going to do another quick sound check. Make sure my sound check is going good while I get ready to queue up another game. All right, so things are sounding okay. Been my biggest nemesis is getting my sound running properly without the crackling and the static and everything else. So let's go ahead and move on to the next game. That puts me up 1-0. For a fast match game, you either kind of win fast or lose fast. That game actually turned out to be a pretty long one. All right. Here we go again. So in this deck, I have 2 Chatot, 2 A1A Magikarp, 2 Gyarados EX, 1 Potion, 1 X Speed, 2 Pokeball, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Misty, 1 Giovanni, 2 Dome Fossil, 2 Old Amber, and 1 Helix Fossil. And it could be any combination of fossils. You just need a fossil card that you can put on the bench and then discard immediately. All right, so Chatot to the active spot. Again, that's our main play. I do have a Magikarp Gyarados, so I'm off to a decent start there. And with that, I will go ahead and start my match. So I'm just looking to, as quick as possible, get Gyarados evolved and fed energy. But we all know Misty does not like me very well, and I don't know why. I don't think I ever did anything to her. I didn't misinvite her to something, so I don't know why she has it in for me. But and they say you can influence coin flips, but I almost want to argue that fact, considering it seems like 75% of my coin flips are tails when it comes to Misty. And I did hear something that when Misty's used later in a match, the odds change, but I don't see how that could be the case. So I'm still trying to look that one up. I don't know if anyone else has heard anything on that. So, all right. So I've got my Gyarados, so I definitely don't want to hand away my Gyarados right now. But I am going to go ahead and assign 1 energy to my Magikarp, because who knows, maybe I'll get a Misty before I have a chance to do something. I'm going to put a second Chatot to the bench. I'm not going to do anything with my X speed. I am going to place down a Helix Fossil. And again, I'm going to discard it. So it's just one less card that's going to come from my hand back into the deck to potentially pull again. I'm not going to do anything with X speed right now, so I'll go ahead and end my turn. So it looks like we might be up against a Marshadow, Greninja, maybe Aerodactyl EX, Druddigon. Some combination like that. I see double fighting energy right now in the energy zone. So my opponent has their first energy. They're going to put their wall up, so we know how the wall works. It's a great wall. They're going to need fire energy to make it functional, and I don't see any fire energy, so it's just a straight wall. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the evolution to Gyarados. Now, conceptually, where this deck is supposed to really make a difference is in the ability to power up early, finding Misty. We know Misty has a hard time. Uh-oh, I see I'm losing a little bit of video here real quick. Make sure I've got everything connected there. Wait a second for the coin flip to come back. Okay. And there's 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads. Misty. Wow, that's not something I normally see. So with that, I need to think about this a little bit. So if I hit the wall, I'll be down to 160. I know I got a 100-point shot. I still can retreat back. So I have an opportunity to go ahead. I'll use my X speed right now. I'll pull this one back. And I'll go ahead and at least get 1 wall going. With that, I'm going to put 1 energy on Chatot. And I'll go ahead and attack. Oh. I don't think I got it in time. I should have been able to attack on the first turn. Okay, well, maybe didn't get it quick enough. Okay, so there's a Greninja. Water Shuriken gonna whittle me down a little bit probably. Gonna go ahead and at least take out this wall, and then I'm gonna plan on retreating back. I'll go ahead and assign this energy here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw an attack. I missed out on that attack. I must have just not hit it quick enough. It was right down to the end, so my mistake there. That brings me down to 140. Gives me the early lead, but we know the early lead doesn't really make a big difference. So I want to get Chatot back to the active spot so I can start pulling through my deck. I need to find my other Magikarp, and I need to find my other Misty. And I know I've got a bunch of Dome Fossils in there as well, so I should be able to move through my deck pretty quick, assuming I can basically get my Chatot to the active spot. So I'm down to 120. Got a Marshadow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and retreat back. It's going to cost me 3 energy. I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the Chatot that has 1 energy already assigned. I'm going to go ahead at this point and assign this energy over to my Gyarados, just so it's ready to go. I'm going to ask Professor's Research to help out. I'm hoping for a Magikarp. Did not happen. So with that, I'm going to give up this Gyarados, but that Magikarp could be all the way at the bottom of the deck and I'd never get it. I haven't seen a Misty either. So with that, I'll go ahead and do a Mimic. My opponent has 4 cards, so I'm going to exchange 3 for 4. There's an Amber, there's the Gyarados back, there's a Magikarp and Giovanni. All right, so that exchange worked very well for me. So basically, Chatot's feeding me the Pokemon or the cards that I really need. Only one I'm missing right now is my Misty card. All right, so opponent's thinking through things. I got 2 Marshadows, double energy on the back one. Greninja's been sniping. Another Water Shuriken coming my way. Working on the Gyarados. All right, and there's the other Misty. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Magikarp. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use Misty on the Magikarp. So she delivered me 4 heads last time. Let's see how she does this time. Ah, she killed me this time. All right, so no dice right there, unfortunately. So I will assign this 1 energy here. Now notice I don't have a place open on my bench. And I had to do that because I kind of had to protect my Gyarados. But typically you want to leave one place on your bench to feed through your fossil cards. In this case, I don't want to get rid of Gyarados, and so I am just going to basically end my turn. All right. Let's see how things are looking. Okay. Waiting for my opponent. Here comes another snipe. They're just sniping away at the Gyarados. Oh, they went down to the Magikarp. Good play on their part. There's a Dome Fossil. Going to go ahead and evolve to a second Gyarados. I'm sitting on 2 Dome Fossils, but where I'm struggling right now is... well, in the meantime, I'll just start building up energy. Misty, there's nothing really for me to get, so I'm just going to kind of cycle through my cards. I've got a Giovanni. I've got 2 Dome Fossils. Let's go ahead and do another Mimic. See if I get something better. At this point, I kind of have everything I need. I have already gone through my Misties. I got a potion, so we'll take that potion. And my opponent has 6 cards, so I got all kinds of good stuff on that one. Missing is Sabrina. Hey, life is good. Thanks for joining. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. I just have to figure out what do you have for a suggestion? What should I get rid of? Should I get rid of Giovanni? So far, he hasn't really been helpful because I'm doing such big damage. That would probably be maybe a good place to start. I could get rid of a potion. What do you think? Life is good. Do you have an opinion on what I should go for? That's a great suggestion, by the way. Okay, so where are we at? So Greninja to the active spot. Greninja can now start issuing 60-point hits. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and they take a 1-0 lead. I'm at 100 points. I knew Marshadow can do 100 points. I do have a potion, so I'm going to go ahead and put my Gyarados in. I'm going to start with a potion. So that'll put me up to 120. So that's going to give me a little extra oomph against that Marshadow. I'm going to start thinning out my deck, so I'm going to get rid of maybe a Pokeball. Most of your cards from Chatot anyways. Yeah, that's a good thought, because here's a great example where Potion's kind of saving me. Let's, I need to do this quickly before I run out of time. "45 seconds left, so I'm doing good. I'm going to go ahead and use the Pokeball first. Nothing else remaining. Professor's Research. Giovanni and another Pokeball. At this point, I don't have anything left. I'm going to go ahead and assign this 3rd point of energy to Gyarados EX. And with that, I'll go ahead and attack. So that's a good thought, a Pokeball. I can definitely, I could do that next. I think Sabrina would definitely be helpful because sometimes that Swapperoo really makes a big difference in the strategy of things. Alright, Marshadow to the front. Got a wall on the back. I assume an energy point's gonna... Oh, I thought that energy point would go to the Marshadow in the back. Okay. All right. Yeah, and they conceded. I think they made a mistake there. I think they meant to drop that energy on the Marshadow in the back so that it had a good... because it needed 2 energy to attack, and loading up 3 on the front one, I think, is... They probably realized that they accidentally put in the wrong spot. Could have been a different match there. All right, so I'm 30 minutes in. Fast play deck has turned out to be very slow play. It seems like I've been able to power up Gyarados both times. All right, so let's go with what Life is Good has suggested. I'm always up to suggestions. Let me send a thanks real quick. So I'm going to pull 1 Pokeball and put a Sabrina into the deck. Now, I mean, I haven't struggled yet so much with not having a Sabrina. Well, let's just see what happens when we take a Pokeball out. So, one Pokeball out. We're going to put one Sabrina in. And let's see how it goes. All right. Going with Life is Good suggestion. We've replaced a Pokeball with a Sabrina. Gives us a little bit more functionality. And let's just see if we struggle at all getting... really, all we're trying to get on the table is Magikarp and Chatot. So let's see how this goes. But I think it's a great suggestion, Life Good. So let's see how it goes. All right, Chatot to the active spot. And with that, I've got Misty already, so I'm going to start the battle. Thanks again, everyone, for joining. Tonight, I'm looking at this kind of a little bit more of a crazy, some would call it a gimmick deck. Basically, it's kind of a fast play, burn through your deck really quick. You're kind of searching, hoping to find your Magikarp, your Gyarados EX, and your Misties. And you're trying to get them as active as quick as possible and start wailing on the opponent. All right, so I only have one card up. I'm going to go ahead and start thinning out my deck. So I'm going to get rid of Old Amber. I'm going to go ahead and play this Pokeball. So there's the one Pokeball I have. There's a Magikarp. So I think Life is Good might be a mind reader here. It's working out great so far. All right, next is Professor's Research. Let's see what Professor Oak has in store. There's a Sabrina and another Misty. All right, so I'm not necessarily 100% in need of something right away, but that said, I definitely could use some help. I don't want to have Sabrina right now, so I need to put the other Chatot card on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and give this, right now I'm going to give this energy to this Magikarp. And I'm going to pass on going through my deck yet, because I've got Misties. Typically that would be one of the things I'd be searching for is Misty. So Celebi EX starting to power up in the back. My opponent's all ready to Servine. One more and they'll just do a tic-tac-toe all right in a row. Okay, so at this point I'm gonna go ahead and use Misty. I'm gonna see if she's gonna help me out with some energy. Oh, she's back to her normal antics. So that means I'm gonna go the long route, Magikarp with a second point of energy. I've got one more Misty, and then I'm gonna start swapping out my deck. So I've been dealt a decent hand with Misty early. Unfortunately, it's just not happening for me. And look at that. First 3 turns for my opponent. Bam, 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 superior. Dome Fossil for me. I'm a little bit on the struggle bus. The King of the Sea, Gyarados, is nowhere to be found. Let's go ahead and discard that card. Try Misty again. I think I don't know how many times I flipped. One time she gave me 1 heads, one time she gave me 4 heads, and everything else has been nothing. Oh my gosh. Twice in a row, Misty, you're killing me. Third energy over to Magikarp. I want to sit on one more point. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I want to be able to get a Gyarados and at least go right in. So my opponent looks like they're content with just stacking energy in the back. Hey Peter, thanks for joining. We're playing a Chatot Fossils deck. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of fun. I've played 2 matches so far. I've won both. All right, so Old Amber to the bench, in and out. And we're going to go ahead and give Chatot this energy. My opponent's sitting on 4 cards. I'm sitting on 2 cards. I need a Gyarados EX. Where is Gary? Now, Chatot, bring me Gary. Yes, thank you. That's going to help out. Now, I've got this monster of a Celebi sitting behind. So, probably before too long, there's going to be a second one. Too many coin flips, and no matter what I bring forward, is going to be in trouble. But I've had no choice here. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and evolve. Whoops. Do this one thing at a time. Gyarados for the evolution. I'm going to ask. Let's get rid of this dome fossil. Go ahead and put Magikarp onto the bench. Now, I could go for Professor's Research, but I think I'd rather do a Sabrina and pull something forward and challenge the Celebi why it's got 8 coin flips instead of 10 or 12 or something else. So I'm going to ask Sabrina to step up. So it's already got 8 coin flips, and then it's going to get 2 more. Okay, so they're going to sacrifice their Snivy. So I'm going to go ahead and get this party started, and I'm going to go with the gamble on the coin flips. Whoop, I'm going to retreat. Put Gyarados to the active spot. I've already had my Misties, and my Misties, she failed me. She did me bad. And with that 140 point attack, we'll get this party started. I'm literally challenging the Celebi. Can win it or lose it right here. 10 coin flips is only going to need 4. Let's see how this goes. I had bad luck with Misty. Well, I also have bad luck with the coin flips. They're sitting at 8. I'm sure they're going to... Oh, they got their wall in. Not that it makes a difference. Yeah, that's a good point, Life. There's one. Ah, they just got it. Just got it. Good play on their part. And with that, they take a 2-0 lead. Yeah, I was gambling. I didn't think they were going to load up more energy. But, you know, Life is Good has a great point. And I'll put that Chatot. At this point, this match is over, but well, we'll continue on. It didn't work out for me. I don't have any Misties, so it's not like I'm going to survive very long. But I might as well... Yeah, I might as well concede so we can move on. All right, match over. Good play on my opponent's part. Okay. Yeah, I debated if I should have taken out that Superior. I was hoping that I would get that strike and take that lead and then come back, fall back, and then wait again. But oh well, I gambled on that one. All right, so that's 2 wins, 1 loss. I'm playing this kind of crazy, some will say a gimmick deck. It's centered around Gyarados, Misty and Gyarados. So if they treat you right and you have good luck with them, this could be a great deck for you. But if you're like me and Misty kind of gives you the thumbs down constantly on your coin flips, then this deck's probably not going to work that great. Although I've had 2 matches I've won where I've taken it all away, multiple turns in, and it managed to work out for me. All right, so I've got 2 Magikarp, got Chatot. I'm still liking the... okay, so I probably met somebody who's trying to give away wins, assuming people still need the 45. I've seen a lot of people saying they're doing that right now. So we'll go ahead and send them a thanks anyway, I guess. I guess it's a nice thought. I didn't particularly need it. Yeah, I kind of hold on to it. It depends on what I have on the bench. If I just have a Chatot and a Magikarp, I'm a little hesitant to getting it pulled forward with a Sabrina. So yeah, it kind of depends on what I kind of have in my hand and what's on the table for my opponent. But I am trying to get the Chatot into the active position right away, and if possible, I'm trying to roll right through my hand and get all the cards I need. Alright, so I got a Misty, and I got 3 Dome Fossils. I have nothing else, though, so I don't think not going through my hand when Misty's sitting by herself, unless I get to a Magikarp here, which I don't. Alright, so let's just go ahead and clear my hand. Discard. 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 Pokeball. Oh, there's a Magikarp. So I'm going to... It's not like I can do anything anyway. I don't have any energy. I'm not going to use Misty yet. So with that, I'll end my turn. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for indulging me and trying out a new animated avatar. He actually kind of has some 3D dimensional dimensions to him. So I think I probably resemble him a little bit closer than my anime character. Yeah, there's my Magikarp coming to the front. So I'm trying out a new avatar just for fun. And I lost my Magikarp. Nothing I could really do about that. Lightning deck, my vulnerability. My opponent takes a 1-0. So we know 1 Magikarp, 1 Gyarados is defunct now. Can't use it. Which is the reason why I didn't play that Misty. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and... I want to keep that Sabrina for later, so I don't want to just use her right now, even though... Go ahead and, even though it would thin out by 1, I kind of maybe want Misty back again, or excuse me, Sabrina, later. I get a Amber, a Research, and a Giovanni. Alright, let me catch up on chat. Yeah, I've been getting rid of the fossils because if I get rid of them all, I can pull, especially early in the match when my opponent has 3, 4, or 5 cards. I get rid of the fossils. I can pull all new cards, and you know those are already in the discard pile. So the kind of the thought behind this is get rid of everything you can, so that when you play Mimic, you don't put all those cards back into the deck just to pull them back out again. Kind of the concept behind it. Boy, what is that? Deadening, just like hammering it home. Little 1 energy lightning Pokemon trying to paralyze me. Alright, there's a Misty. But I've yet to get any help. Alright, let's see if Professor's Research can help. Oh, there's Gyarados, there's Magikarp. I'm probably barely going to survive 1 more attack. Go ahead and get the old Amber out of the way. Well, I'm going to leave that old Amber on. Just because if I need to send something forward. I know I've got Magikarp I'm going to put down. I can get rid of old Amber at any time. Yeah, no doubt life is good. I know. That card is working it tonight. Little Thundershock, just bringing it to me. Okay, so I am going to put my energy on Magikarp. I can't use Misty because I use Professor's Research to get Magikarp and Gyarados. I can't evolve. So with that, I am not going to get rid of my hand because I've got 2 I want. Somebody my turn. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Peter. It's kind of, yeah, as soon as you're ready, you think you want to go ahead and use a Chatot, a Mimic, to go through it. So what you're saying makes perfect sense. Definitely makes perfect sense. All right. That little mouse holding it down. Goodness. Well, at this point, I gotta bring forward my Magikarp. I'm gonna ask Misty to put in some work. She needs to look at how much work that little mouse is putting in on the other side. And she needs to match the intensity. Last match, she gave me 2 tails. She's killing me. Oh my goodness. And I'll go ahead and put that energy there. Misty, you're just killing me. I need somebody else to test this who actually has good luck with Misty. Oh, okay. How did that work for you, Peter? Blastoise is an interesting choice for that. I wonder it could also go with non-EX. Oh. Wait for my opponent. All right, she's thinking through things. I wonder how this deck would work with like Articuno or something. I guess the idea is you really want to have to go through your card, and you know the Mimic is helping you cut the chase to find the good ones. So I guess maybe Articuno, there's no evolutions there, so maybe it doesn't make as much sense. All right, this little mouse is just bringing it. All right, let's just make sure when we got discarded 140-point Raichu attack with a Giovanni. I'm right there. All right, so if my opponent, well, my opponent has lightning, so I'm already within, they're already got me within striking distance. And this Raichu does, come on. Well, I'm trying to look at this Raichu. Only does 60 damage, so that other Raichu right now is a threat to me. No matter what I do, so I guess I'll just, unfortunately, I just want to test my Misty, so she only gave me not very good either. So, at this point, if I bring an Amber forward, I could retreat. I thought I would just give my Gyarados more energy. I could retreat, you know, but still, this other little mouse is going to retreat back. So either way, I'm basically hosed. So I'm going to go ahead and at least send this mouse. I get some solace in the fact that at least the mouse went down. And then all it's going to, they don't even need Giovanni. Just the fact that I've got this vulnerability is going to take me out. So I'm going to give them the chance to finish this match. Good match on their part. Pidgeot EX and Gyarados EX from the mythical packs. I didn't have too bad of luck getting Gyarados, but Pidgeot took me forever to pull. And I definitely wasn't the budget gamer on that night when I spent all the poke gold I could. I mean, I literally hit the daily limit. And I had, you know, like 9, 10, 12, 15 of some cards, but I didn't have one Pidgeot. And I think right now I still only have one Pidgeot. All right, good match by an opponent. Let's continue on. And if anyone else has any other suggestions on how I might tweak this deck, so if you take a look at the overlay on my screen right now, I started out with 2 Chatot, 2 Magikarp from the A1A packs, 2 Gyarados EX, 1 Potion, 1 XP, 2 Pokeball, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Misty, 1 Giovanni, 2 Dome Fossil, 2 Old Amber, and a Helix Fossil. Life is Good had a great suggestion, said, hey, it looks like you could use a Sabrina. So we pulled out one of the 2 Pokeball, which so far hasn't hurt at all. I haven't missed it yet. You know, Life is Good thought was, well, you're going to pull most of your stuff anyway from Chatot, so maybe you really don't need that second Pokeball. So far, that has worked perfect. Now, I haven't had a chance to use Sabrina the way she needs to be used, but at least I have that functionality in my deck, if it comes up. But if anyone else has any other ideas, I'll definitely swap things around. But here we go. Let's move on. We're about an hour into the stream. Not feeling too bad. I'm still wrestling this crazy flu cold. I'll probably go for at least another hour. Last night I kept saying I'm just going to go for an hour. I started at 8 p.m. my time, West Coast, and then it finished till midnight. So my 1 hour turned into 4 hours. My voice is getting a little bit thin though, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the only thing I have right now is Magikarp. And I didn't realize my avatar is so in tune with where my head's rotating back and forth. I guess you guys can see that I'm kind of moving all around quite a bit back here. All right, let's go ahead and start the battle. Okay. No worries, Peter. Hey, Peter, I know you've been watching a lot of my streams. I'm testing out this a little bit more of a three-dimensional avatar. What do you think of this little virtual avatar compared to my regular anime one that's not quite as mobile or animated? Just curious. I'm just soliciting input. You can't hurt my feelings either way. Okay, so goodness, oh my goodness. We got a Mew EX. We got another Mew EX. Right now, I got to put energy somewhere, so I'm going to start off with Magikarp. How about that? I'm going to wait on my Misty. I'll go ahead and put some Dome Fossils down. At least this is a Peter suggestion. I think it's a great. It gives me a little backup in case Magikarp doesn't get fed properly and starts floating in the guppy bowl. With that, I'm not going to use Misty on my Magikarp yet. Although she's probably going to give me no good coin flip, so it really wouldn't make a difference. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and do this Leap Out. And I want to get rid of a fossil card anyway, so why not get rid of it if somebody wants to attack it? Well, at least my Magikarp's not in the front. Okay, yeah, it's older. It's actually probably a little more akin to my looks, so... my girlfriend keeps saying that I should give it a try, that at least my voice would match it a little bit better than the young anime one, so. Okay, so. One energy, my opponent, Side Shot. Of course, they're going to score a point if I don't do something. No Chatot cards. Make sure I pronounce it right. I'm on the struggle bus. But I'm going to go ahead and get Misty started. At least I'm in the back now. I could have done this last turn, but I was a little nervous. Let's see what she's got. Another Tails. Ah, man. Yeah, it's called America. It's by an American cartoonist. I think his name is like Gary Pye or something. And he makes a lot of American cartoon type things like this. This particular one's called Hipster. All right, Misty, failing me again. She's killing me. Literally killing me. All right, I'm going to discard this just because I don't want my opponent to score a point. And put that one to the front. And with that, I'll put the second energy on my Magikarp. I'm on the struggle bus. Okay, let's see how this goes. This is getting crazy. There's a Ralts. Well, at least it took them a couple turns to get their Ralts. Yeah, it seems like whenever I play against someone with Mewtwo EX or Mew, they go Ralts, Kirlia, Gardevoir, just bam, bam, bam. All right, Pokeball. So here's the one Pokeball I have. So life is good. That's where maybe an extra Pokeball would get me out of jeopardy a little bit sooner. Only when you don't pull a Chatot card, though. So, Chatot to the active spot. Or, excuse me, to the bench. I'm going to go ahead and discard. Well, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and use Misty. Let's see if she can fail me yet again. This is like 4 or 5 tails in a row. Oh my gosh. This is like 3 matches in a row. The match before that, I got one with 4 heads. Oh, Misty, you're killing me. I should just know better than to play a deck that uses Misty. All right, I'm going to discard Chatot to the active spot. Play this one energy. And I'm going to go searching for some cards. My opponent's sitting on 5. I'm on 2, so let's see what we get. A trade. Yeah, life is good. If you want to see really like good coin flipping Misty play, you don't want to hang out on my channel, because all I do is I think I've got the market cornered in poor coin flips with Misty. It's just horrible all the time. Yeah, no Gary at all. This is about par. So look at Mew EX all powered up. Genome hacking for a free Mimic. Go ahead, do your Mimic, or you can side shot me. Yeah, no Gary. Chatot, Brock, and Golem. That could be a good combo. All right. At least Brock is a guaranteed 1 energy versus nothing every time with Misty. All right. My opponent's shuffling. Kind of a shame have all that genome hacking just to do very little. All right, so Magikarp to the bench. Got a second Chatot. At this point, I probably should have played those other cards first. So there's a mistake on my part of not playing this correctly. Let me go ahead and move this energy over here. I should have, before I put that Chatot down, I should have got rid of those other cards. But unfortunately, that's my bad, so I'll live with my mistake and move on. Hey, Wada. It's going pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun playing this kind of crazy gimmick deck. I'm all over the place with what's happening. But the 100% you can guarantee, Misty's just treating me bad. The coin flips have been horrible every time I try to use Misty. All right, so we got a battle of the hands here. I really need to. I made that mistake of putting my Chatot down. I should have cycled through my fossils first. In the meantime, we got this kind of crazy match going on. They'll find Gardevoir faster. Yep. Okay, so I got a Gyarados. Crazy how this match is going. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and retreat. My Chatot kind of held it down. Didn't do me a whole lot of good just because I screwed up. I didn't do that card justice. I'm going to go ahead and get my 4th energy. No thanks to Misty. Absolutely no thanks to Misty. And we'll go ahead and get this party started. Rampaging Whirlpool. Thanks for joining, Wada. We're having a fun time tonight. Oh, Deadpool 3. Oh, nice. All right, Mewtwo EX to the front. Let's see here. It really made the mistake with that second Chatot. I can't cycle my hand, which is the whole intention of it. My opponent's got Kirlia, so they're 1 away from Gardevoir. I need Giovanni. And unfortunately, I don't have Giovanni. So it doesn't make sense. I could gamble, but if they pull Gardevoir, which they probably have in their hand, excuse me, I'm toast. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and retreat. I don't have an X speed with me. Yeah. Potion's only going to heal me up. So I'm going to retreat. I'm going to go back to Chatot. And with that, I am going to throw a heal, though, down on my Gary. Come on, Gyarados EX. I just needed you to get to 160, but they could have a Giovanni. And with that, I'm going to have them work their energy around a little bit, so I'm going to ask Sabrina to help out. Granted, they only have 1 energy, but they'll have to spend 1 energy from their pool. Gardevoir can give 1 energy to the active, so we'll see how this works out. So it's at least going to buy me 1 additional turn before Side Shot, or Side Drive comes flying my way. Alright, so it's my turn. I'm going to go ahead and give it a second. Alright, so there's nothing else for me to do there, so let's see what happens. I wonder what happened there. I'm lagging a little bit again for some reason. Okay. No Gardevoir. So another 50-point shot coming up. And I'm just going to kind of roll with it on that one. Professor's Research. Make sure, well, I'm going to play Professor's Research first. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and... I'm 3 more turns. I don't think I'm going to make it 3 more turns. But I'm going to need that health, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try to stall as long as I can. And with that, I'll end my turn. Alright. Okay, so we got a good match. Okay, they got their Gardevoir. I'm sitting on 2 points. I only need a 1 point victory here. I only need 1 more point. But it's hard to come by. Misty has failed me. I got myself stuck by misplaying a Chatot card to the bench. Stuck myself with a full bench, not able to play all of my fossils. So kind of dug myself this own little hole. Trying to work my way out. We'll see how it goes. My opponent's thinking through. They've got 4 energy. They could fire off a Psychic Sphere right here, finish it, and save their 4 energy. There's a good point score for them. That gives them 1 to 2. Now it would be a mistake on my part to put a Gyarados in the front. So instead I'm going to bring good old Chatot to the front. I got to buy myself a few more turns. Alright. So first thing I'm going to do is now, way kind of late, I'm going to finally play. My deck, I'm sure, is cursing me up and down for not knowing how to play it. But I definitely need to get rid of all these cards. I don't even have a whole lot of anything left. As a matter of fact, my I guess it doesn't make a difference, because I don't see any more cards on the table. Gonna assign a second energy to this Gyarados. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna fall just a little bit short, because I'm looking at, well, they're gonna have to do they got Gardevoir though, so, but I couldn't have done it with Gyarados EX at 150. It would have been an exchange, and I'd have been at risk. So probably a double mistake on my part. Still learning how to play this deck, so let's see here. Okay, they're gonna ask Sabrina to help out, so of course I'm bringing my heavier one to the front. That brings them down to 3 energy. Definitely still in striking distance, and not a whole lot I can do. So basically this match is over. I have no more cards. I played that one completely wrong. So here's what I'll do. I'm doing everything I can. I'm going to X speed back. That's still going to use 2 of my energy, so no matter how much I try to move my energy around, I can't do it. I'm going to bring this energy over here. I still have to spend 2 energy to come back. Chatot to the active spot. Finding myself 1 energy short. Nothing else I can do, so in my turn. I gave it my best, but a couple of mistakes on my part. Chatot early is kind of what did me in. And then having that Gyarados at 150 just put me at risk to leaving it up front. I was in a 150 shot. If I just had a little bit more, I would have been okay. So now my opponent will tie it up at 2. It was a good match nonetheless. And at that point, there's not a whole lot I can do, so I'll go ahead and concede this match. Good match by my opponent. Great job. All right. I think I'm still ahead on wins versus losses, but I've had a couple losses now. I want to say not one of them yet was solely based off of the deck. I think so far most of the losses have come due to me maybe misplaying something. So overall, this has been kind of a fun deck. I'm going to continue on. If anyone else has any suggestions, or if anyone would like to take a shot, you know I'm always up for non-competitive viewer play. If anyone wants to take a shot at this deck just to kind of see it from the other end, you know, I can fire up a game. I always use the passcode. You might hear a little static here for a moment. I always use budget game. So if anyone wants to take a shot at this deck, non-competitive, of course, because if you follow my stream, you know I'm not the win-loss king or competitive, but I like to have. I just like to play and have fun. So I'm gonna start the battle. Okay. Got a wall. We got a Faroki. So are we going to see a Gyarados, Greninja, Druddigon deck? Kind of looking that way. All right. Got a Dome Fossil. I've got a Gyarados. Don't have anything else though, so it's not looking that great. So I'm going to start off with Professor's research though. Let's see if he helps me out and help me make a decision what I want to do here. X Speed and Old Amber. I do have Misty though. So the question is how long do I'm going to go ahead and put an Old Amber on the bench. Just so that they might think I'm coming at them with Aerodactyl. Bummer, bummer, bummer. I'm going to go ahead and apply a point of energy to Chatot. However, I'm not going to do anything else. All right. So let's look at their energy zone. All I see is water. So we don't have to worry about Druddigon as an attacker. I've actually played water fire energy with the Gyarados, Greninja, Druddigon, and I actually was able to win a couple matches just with Druddigon having all the energy it needed. I was able to manage the fire pretty well, except for one game where I had like 7 fires in a row and it pretty much tanked me. Okay, so I'm in some serious... Now I've got Gyarados. I've got 2 Misties. But I can't really do anything. So I can sit here and play out for... I can play out this a little bit further. Oh. Let me move over. Sorry about that. I accidentally... Okay, sorry about that. I hit a button. I've got all these overlays right here. I've got small chat. I've got a base large chat with showing different cards and some other things. When I was typing budget game, I accidentally hit. I've got a bunch of different overlays I use throughout the streaming. My apologies there. Okay. Okay, let's look at this. So, almost out of time now. Do I want to get a new hand? I'm going to go one more turn. I'm going to go one more turn. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I spent all my time. There's the Magikarp I need. So, exactly what I thought we were up against. 2 Frogadiers. Okay, well, this has gone on too long, so... I'm gonna put a fossil down. I'm gonna go ahead and play Sabrina, move the wall out so they can... Well, you know, no, I'm not gonna play. Well, either that or I'm gonna give up Sabrina. I'll hold on to Sabrina. I'd rather use Sabrina a little bit later. Again, I guess I'm just gonna have to put this point of energy here. I don't have a use for anything else. Oh, I hate to do this. I guess I don't necessarily need to do this yet. Alright, end my turn. Not sure exactly how I should strategize this since it's a new deck for me, but I'm sitting on 2 Misty's and a Gyarados. I'm just missing my Magikarp. Alright, so there's, oh, nice looking Gyarados EX. Now Pokeball. I've got a pretty poor deal. There's my Magikarp. So I'm going to go ahead and place this Magikarp down. It's going to be a Greninja threat. With that, I'm going to... I have to gamble at this point, so I'm going to put Misty on my Magikarp. There's a heads, heads, heads. 4 heads. And with that, I'm not gonna shuffle my hand yet. So I'm gonna apply this energy there as well. And I'll end my turn. Okay. 3 energy for the Gyarados EX in the back. Where, oh, where is their Greninja? That's what they're in need of right now. Oh, and they didn't have it. Okay, we'll take that. A little bit of luck there. Gyarados. Okay. I'm going to ask Professor's Research to go ahead and get things started. Another Dome Fossil and a Pokeball. I'm going to have to do this quick enough. I'm going to hang out. I want to play this Misty on another, but to get to it, give me a Magikarp. There we go. Alright, so let's get rid of this one. Put this Magikarp to the bench. And we're running out of time here. Go ahead and get rid of this one. And get rid of this. Put this here. Discard. I don't have many cards left. So I'm going to get 4 cards back. So I don't have Gyarados yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Mimic. Ah, and I didn't sign my energy either. I'm getting kind of flustered here, trying to keep up with the time. Alright, got Misty back, and got Gyarados. Wow! I'll take that. I missed 1 energy assignment, though. And all of that. Okay, so... Gyarados. Oops. Come on, Gyarados, for the evolution. Gonna go ahead and see what Misty has planned. There's a heads. Oh my goodness, 9 heads. Well, can't say much. That's never happened to me before. 9 heads on Misty coin flips is more than I usually get in a whole night. My goodness. All right, I'm gonna keep the Chatot right now, and with that, I think it's about time for me to start attacking before we get a Greninja on the table. So I'm gonna go ahead and retreat back. I'll hold on to my X speed. Use this one with more energy. And let's just go ahead and attack. That puts me down to 160. Still just a bit out of reach. Alright, so the other Gyarados is coming forward. Kind of figured that much. They really need their Greninja. Alright, they're pulling a Misty. They want some retreat energy as well. That's basically what I was going for. They got one. We got Frogadier. Alright, so there's a good smackdown right there. So with that, I'm going to now use my X speed. I wish I had a heal. I'm going to go ahead and find this energy here for a retreat. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and attack. All right. Had a really good match going here. They really need their Greninja. They have just been... Their hand has just not been very good for them. We're aware of their Greninjas. Alright, so... we got Gyarados and company going at it. Pretty good match going. Thanks again, everyone, for joining tonight. We're just playing around with, some will say it's a gimmick deck, but it's basically a deck centered around energizing Gyarados EX, using Misty to do that. And the way to do that is to use Chatot. Oh, they conceded. They didn't have anything. Bummer. To use Chatot and a bunch of fossil cards to basically put them on the bench, discard them, and try to go through your hand as quick as possible to find those Misties, those Magikarps, and Gyarados EX, and to get them active. Now, if you watch that last match, if you joined within that last match, you just saw a new record. Usually, and we've seen almost all night, Misty starts with the tails for a coin flip. I did have one with the heads, and one that gave me 4, but almost probably the other 8 or 9 had all been tails. I just flipped like, what was it, 9 I think 9 heads in a row. All-time record for me, and it paid off. It basically allowed me to get everything powered up. So I was on the struggle bus a little bit. So there's a few strategies to this deck, one of which is... don't get yourself in a position where you can't discard fossil. You need to make sure that if you're going to have some backup on your fossils on the bench, you can get rid of them, because I got in a position where I had 2 Chatot and 2 Magikarp or Gyarados, and I couldn't do anything with all the cards that were accumulating in my hand. So you want to kind of think through the strategy of what you put on your bench. And other than that, it's just a matter of trying to go through things as quick as possible, your deck, discarding your fossils, and pulling new cards and getting hopefully what you're looking for. Overall, my win-loss record is I'm definitely to the plus on the wins. Probably maybe 70-30 or 60-40, somewhere in there. Chatot to the front. All right, and what are we up against this time? My opponent. Let's see what they got going. Ponyta. All right, A1A Ponyta, the better of the two Ponytas in my opinion. It has a 10-point stomp with the coin flip, can go up to, what is it, 30 more for 40 total. All right, so here we go. So I have no energy, but I'm going to go ahead and play Professor's Research. Another Dome Fossil, got a Gyarados. Don't really have much of anything else, so I'm going to put at least an old Amber on the bench, just as a little protection. And with that, I have no energy, so I'm going to start the turn. So what I'm going to do with this particular deal, I'm going to give Chatot an energy here for Mimic coming up. I'm going to play out all those Dome Fossils in my hand. They're going to go to the discard pile. And only what remains in my hand is going to go back into my deck to possibly pull again. So I definitely don't want to pull a bunch of cards that I don't want. So I'm increasing my odds. Good coin flip by my opponent. All right, so I'm actually on the struggle bus. I'm going to leave. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have to leave one. At least around. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to assign this energy here. I'm looking at a 10. I can heal for 20 points. Still, whether I take 10, I'm in trouble anyway, so I will save that potion so I can use it sometime later. I'm going to save my Giovanni, and unfortunately with Gyarados. The gamble is what am I going to get in return? I'm going to leave one on the bench, and I'm going to Mimic. I have to leave me a little bit of coverage. I could gamble. My opponent has 5 cards that I could get another basic Pokemon. But it's not a guarantee. And there we go. If I would have gambled and put that old Amber away, I would have been game over. So, Rapid Dash, Pokeball. My opponent definitely in the driver's seat. All my good cards right now must be down towards the bottom of my deck. Because I've already gone through quite a few, and I just pulled the next top 5. Okay, so 40 points of damage. They're also using the A1A version of Rapidash, which is the one that's stronger of the two, but it also takes one more energy. Good old Amber to the front. And I got a Magikarp. What do you know? I'm on the struggle bus. I might also go ahead and use Misty now because this match is almost over. They only need well, they could Sabrina me pretty easy. I'll apply this one energy here. Let's go Pokeball. Another Magikarp. So now I'm in business. Place that there. Alright, Professor's Research first. Another Gyarados, a potion. Okay. I'm holding on to my Misty for a moment. I wanted to get as many cards as I could. That helped me out. And 40 point or 30 point, 2 Gyarados. I'm not going to do anything else. I'll end my turn. Still trying to figure out the best strategy with this deck, but I will say it's a lot of fun. I've been definitely enjoying this deck. Here comes another coin flip. 60 more points of damage. Or 100. No, but 40's enough. My opponent's already up 2-0. I'm on the struggle bus. Magikarp to the front. I'm going to at least go through a evolution. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to ask Misty to help out. Come on, Misty. Show me those amazing coin flips. Oh, kills me. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, let's go ahead and put this Gyarados down. It doesn't make sense for me to power up the one in the rears. I'll still be an energy short. I could retreat, but I'm going to need more energy anyway. I only have 1 X speed, so that energy is going to kind of have to go to the Gyarados up front. All right, and with that, my turn ends. Misty killing me. One game, one match where she really helped me out, and all the rest, she's been a failure. Misty and myself just do not get along when it comes to how things are going. Okay, so we're going to do a swap. Bring in my other Gyarados, which actually I don't mind because I kind of wanted to do that anyway, but makes it a little bit harder to retreat. So either way, I'm kind of on the struggle bus. Ooh, there's a good coin flip. And 100 points. So one hit away. So I have no choice here but to use Misty on this Gyarados. Let's see what she does for me. 1 hits. 2 hits. So the best I can do, is 3. That's both my Misties. I just needed 1 more. Of course, I'm still staring down Ninetales back there. But at least that's enough to retreat. Put the other one back to the front. So all I'm doing right now is kind of swapping my damage around, hoping for something to happen. I'm going to go back up to 100. To at least protect me from Ninetales, unless there's a Giovanni who comes in and helps out. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. 2-0. My opponent's got a commanding lead. I haven't had this hand kind of go my way. Doing what I can to stay in it, but it's really not working out too well. Thanks everyone for joining. Looks like I got a decent turnout, at least by my streams. So I appreciate that. I hope you all are enjoying the stream. Feel free to visit amongst yourself. If anyone wants to play a match against this crazy gimmick deck, let me know. Budget game is the code I'll put in, and we can have some non-competitive fun. Also, when trading comes out, I plan to just have my channel open, advertise trading, and we can kind of all get in, connected, chat, and coordinate different trades. Not sure how trading's going to work yet, but it'll be a good place to do that. Okay, on the struggle bus. Chatot to the active spot. I've got Sabrina. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Sabrina to help out. Of course, we know who's coming back up. Probably Rapidash. Ponyta. I gotta go for broke here, so I'm gonna put this energy here, and with that I'll end my turn. So 1 X speed and a Ninetales attack, and it'll be over. Or just a retreat. Good match by my opponent. They definitely bested me on that one. Good job, P-Man. Nice Pikachu character icon. And with that, match is over. And a thanks, and move on to the next match. Alright, so I think I'm still to the plus on wins-losses. But my losses are definitely starting to catch up. So again, if you just tuned in, I'm playing a Chatot deck centered around moving through the deck, searching for Misty, and getting your Magikarp evolved to Gyarados, and then hoping you have good coin flips. But how this deck is put together is 2 Chatot, 2 Magikarp A1A version, which you assign a point to it, it gets a free retreat, so it keeps that point, which is helpful for your evolution, getting your Gyarados energized. I have 2 Gyarados EX, 1 Potion, 1 X Speed. I actually have 1 Pokeball, so it's a little different than what's on the overlay. We made an adjustment. 2 Misty, 1 Giovanni, 1 Dome Fossil, 1 Old Amber, or 2 Old Ambers, 1 Helix Fossil, and 1 Sabrina. So I swapped out a Pokeball for a Sabrina. All right, Chatot to the bench. I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy to Magikarp. Magikarp gets a free... But before I do that, I'll go ahead and play Professor's Research. Another Chatot and an Old Amber. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I'll go ahead and do... I'm not going to play my Ambers or my Helix Fossil yet. I've got Misty I'm going to try to use. What I'll do is I'll put the other Fossil down, so in case I get Sabrina, I don't have to put Magikarp back to the front. And then I'll go ahead and use Misty on my Magikarp. Once I've got that Magikarp comfortably in a situation where it's not going to get taken out, I'll start playing the Old Ambers and then start using Mimic on my Chatot. My opponent, though, 2 Celebi EX and 2 Snivy, so they're already off to a good start. If they play Servine next, they're on a roll. Okay, so we're going to start with Misty on the Magikarp. There's a heads. So we get 2 energy out of that. That's not too bad. I'm really in need, though, of a Gyarados, so let's go ahead and put this energy on Chatot. It's time for me to cycle through my cards. I'm going to go ahead and place... Do I do a second Chatot? Yeah, I got to keep 1 spot open. So let me do this before I run out of time. I'm going to clear out my hand. I'm going to go ahead and wait on the... No, I better, because if I don't get Gyarados, I need a backup since I got rid of the other ones. And with that, let me go ahead and do a Mimic. And I'm up against Giovanni. I didn't look to see what Giovanni had for a character icon. I wonder if it was Giovanni. Alright, so that Mimic helped me out. I definitely got the Gyarados I was looking for. Celebi EX. Powered up. Power of the grass. Ready to start doing some coin flips. 2 coin flips takes out my character, takes out my Pokemon, takes out Chatot. Here we go. Maybe. There we go. 1 heads. 2 heads. Good coin flip for my opponent. Brings it home. And they got a Servine on the bench. They take the early 1-0 lead. Magikarp to the front, so I'm sure my opponent sees 3 energy Magikarp stepping up. I'm sure they know what's coming. Gyarados to the active spot. I'm going to put a Dome Fossil on the bench. I'm going to assign this 4th energy. And with that, I'm going to attack. Alright, so we returned 1 for 1, except 1's an EX, so I get 2. So that's a nice little exchange. My opponent doesn't have their next card powered up yet. Beautiful card, though. 2-star Celebi EX. Great looking card. They do have superior. They're going to play a Sabrina. I'm going to go for Chatot. Just because I'm going to make sure that they at least have to hit both their coin flips again. They're thinking things through. Here they go with their coin flips. I survived this one. Celebi EX, beautiful card, strikes for a beautiful green 0. I'll take that. Oh, what do you know? There's good old Misty. Yeah, my opponent conceded. They knew the 140-point smackdown was coming. So back to my winning ways. And with that, on to my next match. So overall, I think I've had pretty good luck with this deck. I don't think I'm quite doing it justice. Just the one adjustment, one Pokeball, and swapping it out for one Sabrina. It's a good technical decision to do. I've only used Sabrina, I think maybe once, where it made a big difference, but we all know that Sabrina can be the difference between a win and loss at times. And the Pokeball, I don't think I've missed it too much. Especially if you're turning and burning through the Mimic attack with Chatot. Alright, next match. Hey, Giovanni, thanks for joining. Nice to see you. Tonight we're trying out a Chatot deck. It's a little bit of a gimmick. It's full of fossil cards. The intention is to discard them, use Chatot's Mimic, roll through your hand, pick out your Magikarps, your Gyarados EX, and your Misty. Hopefully Misty treats you nice and you get those cards all powered up and you kind of start wailing on the opponent. Has that happened? A few times, yes. The majority of the times, no. But overall, I've definitely been more wins than losses with this deck. Kind of fun to play. All right. So we've got Chatot to the active spot. We got Magikarp on the bench. I'm sitting on a Sabrina, Misty, and a Pokeball. All right, Giovanni. Yeah, I agree with you, Giovanni, on that. Psyduck. Last time I went up against where I saw Psyduck first, I think I got slaughtered. All right, so let's start with a Pokeball. What do we get? We get a second Chatot. I'm going to go with that right now just because I want some bench coverage for that Magikarp. And the reason is I want to go ahead and use this Misty. I'm going to apply Misty to the Goldfish. Let's see if she can help turn this Goldfish into something strong and tough. But no. No, no, no. Okay, well, no luck there. And with that, I will end my turn. I tried. So now I'll start cycling through cards to see if I can track down that other Misty and track down a Gyarados. Psyduck gonna start hammering home. Can't use supporter cards. So that's a little bit of a bummer there. My opponent, what I'm going to do here is, so be it, I can't use a supporter card. I'm going to go ahead, and they're sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'll use this. No, I'm not going to use this potion. I'll wait till when I really need it. I'm going to throw a Mimic, take away my cards. I'm going to pull 5 back out. Looking for a Gyarados. Doesn't happen. All right. Side duck in the driver's seat. There's a Gyarados EX. I'm going to go ahead and do this upgrade, this evolution. And this headache, there's not even a coin flip. It's just a matter of they do what they do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place this here. Just for some coverage. Side Dex is kind of holding it down. I'm going to go ahead and move this energy over here. I've got Sabrina. I'm not going to... I want to basically pull that side duck out. So I'm going to hold on to Sabrina right now. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. Uh-oh, my opponent's waiting for their return. Come on, opponent. Okay. Thanks again, everyone joining. We're streaming tonight. Just almost was going to call this Pocket and Chill, which is kind of my stream where we just kind of hang out, play some games, maybe some friendly matches against each other, just kind of visit along. But I really wanted to highlight this this deck that I'm playing. Is it a gimmick? Is it magic? Is it worth playing? I'm having fun with it so far. There's a little bit more strategy to it than I actually thought. So I always like something I have to grow and learn a little bit versus right out of the gate not doing anything. Although my favorite decks are the ones where you don't really have to think much. But I do enjoy learning. But when it's competitive, I don't want to think. I just want to play the one that I know inside and out, and that's it. All right. Unfortunately, oh man, Psyduck was doing so good. Literally holding it down. Well, we'll have to... Hopefully they're back on. It would be great to go up against this deck again. Okay. Well, side deck didn't do anything, unfortunately. Well, might as well test my Misty. She failed me first time. And again. Absolutely worthless this turn. Yeah, they didn't get back in time. Oh well, that was a good try. I got a little flare going with my Chatot. I need to spend more time on flare. I don't know how about all of you. I probably have a ton of cards that I could, and so much of that shine dust or whatever it's called, I could flare out a lot of cards, but it seems like I never get around to doing it. But when I see it, especially with opponents, it looks so cool. I guess this, with what time I haven't had time to do that yet, but it is a cool little feature, and I do feel a little bad. Today I was thinking about the fact that I've missed out on some of those special flares during those special events, and so probably maybe never have a chance to get those cards with those flares. So I might have to do a little trading down the road and say, hey, I was a slacker. I didn't get the flare on that, I don't know, Arcanine that I should have, and somebody want to trade? So, there'd probably be a market for that. Flare up your cards, especially these limited flares. Okay, on to the next match. That's cool, Wada. Yeah, you'll have to, show me some of your flares sometime. That'd be neat to just see what you got going. All right, next battle. We're almost ready to cross over 10 o'clock West Coast time in about 10 minutes. We'll be going through a reset. People can restart if you're opening packs. Still haven't opened a God pack. I know they exist. I've seen them. I know people who's got them. My son got one. But in my realm, they don't exist. Haven't seen one yet. All right. All I have is Magikarp to the active spot. We're off and running. And tonight, I'm sure you've all noticed, I'm debuting a new avatar. Giving it a try. It's one that came with my Cartoon Animator 5 and with my live face. It's all preset, pre-generated. All I have to do is just kind of load it up and let it go. I just was curious to see what it would look like. My girlfriend says it actually looks more like me than my anime, and my duckish, squat, weird voice kind of fits with him a little better than it does my anime. All right, so I got a Magikarp. I don't have a whole lot going on, but they've got a wall. But they do have a Froakie in the back. So I almost want to gamble and put a Misty down on Magikarp. You know what? At this point, she doesn't do anything for me anyway, so let's try now. Oh my gosh. All right, Misty does me nothing. I'll put the Dome Fossil down. That's my backup. And I'll end my turn. All right. On we go. So yeah, I'm debuting a new avatar. He's got a little bit more mobile. As I move my head around, as I close eyes, eyebrows, mouth. It's kind of interesting. Having fun with it. All right, my opponent has Froakie with 1 energy. Druddigon to the front. I'm on the struggle bus, but I got a Gyarados. I've got Misty. She's been killing me. Come on, Misty. You can do it. Show me what you got. What is that? 3 matches in a row? 4 matches in a row? I've maybe got 1 heads out of 6 coin flips. Oh, goodness. 1 energy. It's a sad state of affairs. I'll go ahead and put this other fossil on the bench. I can always move it out. And I'll end my turn. I think they need something like called karma. If you flip so many tails, I think you should get a karma bank and you say, hey, I want to spend my karma. Change my coin flip. Because I would have a huge bank of karma, coin flip karma. That's what I'm going to call it, CFK. I want coin flip karma introduced into the game. All right, another point of energy. Magikarp in the back with 1 energy. I'm going to go ahead and play I'm going to hold on to the Dome Fossil. I can't do much. Just going to work it down. A Carfax, a Cardfax. Yeah, we'll have an app to do trading. All right, they got their Gyarados with 2 energy, so they're right behind me. They're actually probably at a more advantage. They got Frogadier, yep. So they're actually further along than me. Wow, I'm on the complete struggle bus. My goodness. I really don't know. Without a Chatot, and maybe here's where I'm missing that second Pokeball. Let's see how Misty, what she does for my opponent. She did nothing for me. Well, at least she's staying consistent. I think what I'm going to do... Well, I'm going to start off with Professor's Research. I'm going to go with a Pokeball. And place the Magikarp down. I'm going to... I think what I might do is do an attack. Take some damage from that EX. At least I can get 1 down and then retreat. So I'll at least be up And then I'll try to bring my Gyarados back forward again. But that Froakie, I'm going to have a sniper pretty soon. So that's probably actually not the best idea. It's probably better to, I hate to say it, I'd have to retreat now. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this energy here. Man, I don't even have... They could be sitting on a leaf card and have a quick exit. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can buy myself one more turn. If they've got leaf, my gamble's failing. But if they don't have leaf, let's see if they assign energy or not. Waiting. As long as they're waiting makes me think maybe they have it. Long pause. They definitely got a couple cards. They're definitely thinking through a strategy or two. Ah, so they did have leaf. They weren't sure if they were going to use it or not. All right, that amazing looking Gyarados, two start to the front. And it throws an attack. All right. So I really would like to do some type of exchange here. But I don't have anything to exchange with. But I think now is as good a time as any to go ahead and go after. Because that once they get their Greninja, my Gyarados is just going to be a couple snipes away. So we'll go ahead and return the favor. So this match, I just haven't had the cards go my way. I'm going to assume they're going to go for the Gyarados, unless they think I'm up to something. There's their Greninja. The Greninja can definitely snipe. All right. Well, it's about over for me. Unfortunately, look at this horrible hand I had. I'm going to have to go with Magikarp. I'm just going to hope I get a Gyarados so I can last the turn or see if there's anything I can do. Yep, it didn't happen. And with that, there's absolutely nothing I can do. So I'll go ahead and concede the victory. Good match for my opponent. Bad hand for myself. Did not get what I needed. I'll go back and make another adjustment back to my deck. I like Sabrina, and she buys me some time, but let me go back to second Pokeball. Now I've seen it without the second Pokeball. Let me change back again. It makes a lot of sense to have that Sabrina, but I've been struggling a little bit. And make this edit and go ahead. Yes, move that. Okay. Let's go ahead and try another match. Off to the races we go. Pokemon Go is 8 years old now. Holy cow. I was 2016. I played that non-stop. I had a little bit of a claim to fame at that point in time. I played day and night. Wasn't seeing anybody. Fist bump single. I managed to pop level 40 right before Thanksgiving, or right after Thanksgiving, maybe. Right around that time. So I did it pretty quick. I was one of the first level 40s here in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest area. And it was kind of fun to go around in the gyms and be so much higher level than everyone. But it didn't take long for everybody else to catch up. Chatot to the front. But I always talk about anytime I played a Pokemon game, I always talk about Pokemon Go. Probably mention every stream how proud I am of my perfect Mew, shiny Mew, my perfect shiny Celebi. Two of my favorite cards. Alright, go ahead and start this match. I got a number of those Pikachu Libre. I have a shiny Pikachu Libre, but it's not perfect. So I do really like my shiny Pikachu Libre. Although it's hard to tell the difference between shiny and not shiny on that one. Okay, Magikarp. Pokeball. Maybe. Try again, Pokeball. Gonna go ahead and put down at least one fossil to protect me from a Sabrina. And I have no energy. I'm gonna wait on the Chatot card and I'll go ahead and let my opponent start turn 2 with the first energy assignment. Alright, let's see. Okay. Not working. Okay. Mewtwo EX to the back. Oh, nice. I really like the shadows. I was always chasing after a Shadow Snorlax. Okay, let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to use Misty on Magikarp. I don't know, 3-4 matches in a row she has done nothing for me. She's due to do something. 2. Well, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take the 2. I'm going to put this point of energy on Chatot. With that, I'm going to go ahead and discard Old Amber. I'm going to play and discard that. I need one more spot, so I'm gonna cycle that Chatot back into my deck. Same with the X speed, and I'll do a Mimic. Let's see how it goes. So the whole idea of this is that I'm gonna take 2 cards and I'm gonna exchange it for 5 that my opponent has. I'm hoping I'd get Gyarados. Nope. It was a good try. That was a 25% of my deck plus what I'd already played. The odds were decent that I was gonna see a Gyarados, but it did not happen. Mewtwo EX, 2 of them. Wow. 2 of the immersive cards. Wow. Very nice. One of the Mews. Got an energy. There's a little payback. Meowth doing their own version of Chatot. Pulling some cards. It could be a shiny brown budget gamer. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's I haven't decided if I liked it yet. I put it on my thumbnail. My girlfriend, I think she's wanting me to use it for streaming. I'm still going to use my other one for my long form videos with the AI voice, but maybe for long streams I'll start using this one. All right, so what do we got going here? So Professor's Research. I'm going to start with Professor's Research, so it makes sense to pull as many cards as I can. I really need Gyarados, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Dome Fossil. I need at least one on the bench. I got to protect that Magikarp from a Sabrina. I'm going to go ahead and play another Dome Fossil. And then I'm going to move it out. My opponent's still sitting on 5 cards. I've only sitting on 3. I'm going to assign this 3rd energy to Magikarp. It's just ripe and ready to become a a Gyarados, and with that, I'm gonna go grab another 5 cards from my deck. There's got to be a Gyarados in this 5. There just has to be. 2. There we go. Now I got too many of them. Well, we'll take 2. Just need the Magikarp, another pair. Alright, so Meowth has an energy. He's been pulling cards for my opponent. They have 2 Mewtwo EX, 1 with energy. Here comes an X speed. They're coming back. Gonna energize up that Mewtwo EX and throw a 50-point smackdown and take an early 1-0 lead. Gonna take my Chatot mimicking and remove it from the table. All right. So here we go. So we know the good old goldfish is going to the front, so my opponent's going to know what's coming. Gonna go ahead and get good old Gary going. Gyarados EX. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and assign that point of energy. And I just so happen to have Giovanni. So Giovanni's going to help out. And with all of that, I'm going to attack. So that swings the lead back to my advantage. All right. And they went ahead and forfeited. Okay, they conceded. Good. There's that card, that deck in action. It pulled that Gyarados I needed while I was powering it up with a little bit of Misty's help. And it got me the win. Okay, next match. All right, we passed 10 o'clock. My time. Let's open some packs real quick before I go on to the next match. Let's see, how cool would it be to pull a God pack in the middle of a stream? So first of all, I have to check something though. I'm 1 card short, Zapdos. I'm at 125 points. So I'm not quite there yet. So if I go over and I look at my Pokedex, and I look at Genetic Apex, it's all filled in, and then boom. 103. Good old Zapdos 3 diamond. Go through, all the rest of it's filled in. Get into the little more nicer cards. I do have 1 gold. I do have my Mew. I have a couple of 3 stars. Some 3 stars. Mythical Island. I actually finished that before I finished the other one. That one's done, but I don't have a lot of the super fancy ones. But I need Zapdos. So to get the Zapdos, I might have to buy it at 150. So that means excuse me, I still need to open these packs. Alright, so I can open 2. I haven't earned anything else. Let's just do that real quick. Open for a God pack. It's never happened to me. I'll spin the carousel. That they say doesn't make a difference. And I don't know if you all have seen, but people have had their friends online. They went to spin the carousel, and on the Wonder Picks, their pack had showed up on their Wonder Pick before they even picked from the carousel. I don't know if anyone saw a couple of those conversations. I came across them. I was trying to make sense of them. They were a little bit convoluted. But the gist of the situation is they were saying they tested it, and they're spinning, they pick their pack, they get to the carousel, and before they even pick a card, it had already decided, which is what people are saying is in the code anyway, and it was on their Wonder Pick. Yeah, it's for the ritual. Yep. All right. Hey, I got a 2-star Brock. I'll take it. My boy Brock. I've got one more to go. Boy, it would sure be nice to open a God Pack. Last one, and I'll get back to my matches. Okay, nothing. Cute little Squirtle, a Magikarp, and another Brock. Okay. And with that, a little side adventure's done, and we'll go back to battles. Okay, so tonight we're highlighting a Chatot deck, heavy with fossils. The thought is to discard the fossils, cycle through your deck, hopefully find your Magikarp, Gyarados, and Misty, power them up, and go to town and win your match. Yes, it has happened sometimes for me, sometimes not. I think sometimes I've misplayed the deck, and other times I just had poor deals. But overall, it's been a fun deck to play. Okay. Chatot to the active spot. I've got a Gyarados, a Misty, so I would hate to hand over those two, but I might have to. Let's see what happens in the first few turns. Okay. Got a little psychic going. Very nice. We've got another version of the Meowth card going right now. Well, I'm going to put Old Amber down on the bench so I have a little protection. They have 4 cards, I have 4 cards, but you know what? It's going to take me a while. I'm going to go ahead and I have to spend energy. So I might as well just do this now. Instead of almost there, I'd rather be started. 1 turn sooner to start. Come on. No. Okay, I think I got like almost the same cards again. Got a Ralt on the bench, a Mew EX on the bench. There's a Mewtwo EX, so we got a good match going. My opponent's going to assign their energy to Mewtwo EX. Surprise, surprise. They also have a Kirlia. So they're 1 away from getting their evolution going, so that's good. In the meantime, I'm not doing very well. I have no other place to put that energy. They have 3, I have 5, but this 5 is a not so great 5, so I'm going to go ahead and try again. Come on, give me something good. Oh my goodness. Well, not sure what's going on with my hand this match. Well, look at there. 3 turns. All the way up to their Gardevoir. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and do a spike draw and take a card. Okay. Still no help. My goodness. I cannot get anything going for me. Giovanni, not going to help me. Get rid of this Stone Fossil. At this point, I'm about ready to throw this match away. So I'm discarding both. If I go down, I go down. I'm so far behind. Oh my gosh. It's over. Go ahead and concede that. Good match by opponent. Very bad hand for me. I was just ready to move on from that one. All right. Good match, boy blue. On to the next one. So it's about 10:15 my local time. I'll be streaming for about another 45 minutes. I'll wrap it up at 11 p.m. Pacific time. By then, I should have a pretty good idea on my thoughts regarding this deck. I will say I'm having fun playing it. Do I feel like I'm dominating with it? No. I feel like it has some potential? Yes. But, you know, overall, it's not bad. It doesn't give me the same feeling when I was playing that Golem Drudagon deck. I was having a blast with that game, that deck, and all those games. And I also was having a blast on that Marshadow deck that I played the other night. So I'm not getting those feels from playing this deck, so it's definitely not at the top of my list. Oh, goodness. Gotta put something down to protect myself. I'll put 2 down. I'll get rid of them anyway. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and throw Misty out now because I plan to cycle. It gives me 1 hit, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. We'll take that. Now I just need the Gyarados to go with it. And with that, I'll end my turn. And I was gambling no Giovanni, so it worked out. I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to retreat back. Which, oh yeah, that's right, it's a leap out, so I'll do that at the end. I'm going to go ahead and place this down. I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy to Chatot. And I'm going to discard this one. And I'm going to discard... No, I'll hold on to that one more turn. I'm going to play this potion. And with that, I'll do my leap out. And put Chatot to the active spot. All right, later, Peter. Well, thanks for connecting again tonight. Enjoyed your company. All right, so we've got, looks like a Blaine deck against this kind of crazy water deck. So we got a elemental advantage. There's Rapidash for 60 more points. A1A version of Rapidash, 2 energy, either 40 or 100. The regular genetic Apex version is 1 energy, and it's just stuck at 40. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with Professor's research. Let's see what he's got in store. There's a Misty. I kind of want to hold on. Well, I was going to cycle through. So it is what it is. Do I make a gamble? Yeah, you know, I'm just in a gambling mood tonight. So... no, I better not gamble. All right. Gonna go ahead and do Chatot. 3 cards in, 4 cards out. Where's Gyarados? Got my Misty back. Oh my gosh. I've been on the struggle bus these last matches. We got a Ninetales, we got a second Ponyta A1A version. We have Rapidash ready to do a lunge. No extra damage, but didn't need the extra damage. That gives them a 1-0 lead. Hold amber to the active spot. Got a professor's research. Gonna go ahead and use it. So Misty helps me out, but then I get no Gyarados. Gonna throw a Pokeball down. Another Magikarp. Could have used another Chatot. With that, I'll put down a Dome Fossil. Gonna assign this energy over to my other Magikarp. And with that, I'll end my turn. Definitely on the struggle bus. Wow, this has just been tough. Coin flip for 60 more damage. Not that it makes a difference. My opponent strikes again. Alright, so now my back's against the wall. I have nothing to do but gamble. Magikarp to the front. I get one card. And I don't get it. I'll go ahead and put this energy here. I'll use the Pokeball. Put the Chatot to the bench. And you use X speed on this little poor Magikarp that's super energized. Gonna retreat it back. At least make my opponent flip a heads again. The only thing I can do. And I'll go ahead and use Misty while I have the chance. Just to see. Of course, she's gonna help me out a little bit on this poor hand. And with that, I will end my turn. Alright, well, I'm doing everything I can. It's going to come down to a coin flip. Rapidash has been owning it. Taking out all my little lower HP cards. Has a chance to finish off this match right here. Has a Blaine. Blaine seals the deal. Good match by my opponent. Horrible, horrible hands on my part. And with that, the match is over. Okay. So, we're definitely getting enough time in here to start making some thoughts on this deck. It's probably not a deck that I'll play too much more. It's been kind of fun, but it hasn't been the greatest. Let's see, let's go ahead and play again. Wada, what decks are you kind of been into right now lately? I've seen some chatter back and forth, but I wasn't able to keep up on everything. What's your go-to? Assuming Wada, you're still there. I'm not sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead Chatot to the active spot. Magikarp to the bench. I'm going to go ahead and put this other Magikarp to the bench. And with that, I'll start the battle. Thanks again, everyone, for joining. I'm streaming a Chatot deck. Trying my luck with Misty, who's typically where I struggle. The intent of this deck is to kind of move through your deck as quick as possible. Searching, hopefully finding your Magikarp, your Gyarados EX, and your Misty. You get those powered up, and then you're off to the races. The fossil cards are just quick discards, so that the cards that are in your discard pile, you're not going to reshuffle. And so you're increasing your odds of pulling what you need by moving through your hand quickly. Pidgeot EX and Aerodactyl, nice. Oh, with the flutes. Oh, that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and give Chatot that point of energy. I'm going to go ahead and place this Dome Fossil and then discard it. I'm going to place a second Helix Fossil, discard it. I have just Giovanni left. My opponent has 3 cards. I have 1. I'll go ahead and do a Mimic. And with that, I'm hoping to pull a Gyarados. Or 2. Okay, there's 2. 2 Gyarados and a Pokeball. Probably about as good as I'm going to get, because we know that Misty is not really going to help me out. She doesn't help out very much. Hitmonlee takes out one of mine. Nothing I can do about it. Good move. This is one of my favorite decks. I really enjoyed that deck. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one to Gyarados. Going to go ahead and assign energy here. Going to use this Pokeball. So that other Gyarados is just basically a dead card to me now. Play this Chatot onto the bench. And with that, I'm going to Mimic. Let's see what I get this time. And there's a Misty and a Misty and a Pokeball. All right. So it looked like my opponent's working their way towards Golem. Got a Marshadow, a Hitmonlee, and maybe an Aerodactyl. There's another Stretch Kick. They're off to an amazing start. Dome Fossil for me. Unfortunately, I don't have a heal right now. Let's start off with Misty. She kills it for me. I'll go ahead and I'll just make sure I'm not sitting on X speed. I'll go ahead and retreat back, place that one to the front. I'll go ahead and place this Dome Fossil down. And I'm going to discard it. Place this Old Amber down. And I'm going to discard that one. Going to give this Chatot my energy. I'm going to do a Pokeball. Hopefully I don't run out of time with everything I got going on. And with that, I'm going to do a Mimic. I don't have many cards left, so I'm gambling I'm going to see Misty back because my opponent has 5. Yep, okay. That was a good gamble. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. I was hoping to pull a couple more cards to kind of help me out with power. There's another good strike. So we're going to ask Misty's last attempt to help me out. She's here to help water Pokemon. Last I checked, Gyarados was a water Pokemon, and she doesn't do anything again. Sad state of affairs for me tonight, trying to play anything with Misty. I play 3 decks, a Gengar deck, Scolipede deck, and the Pidgeot EX deck. Nice, those are all really good ones, Wada. Which of those 3 is your current favorite? I can't play Professor's Research. I am going to go for a heal on my Chatot in the back. With that, I'm going to go ahead and place this Old Amber down. Discard it. And I'm also going to do nothing else. Alright, end my turn. Alright, so this deck is kind of fizzling out. We're about 2.5 hours in the stream. Probably got enough time for maybe 2 or 3 more matches. I know I've got some new viewers on. So if you're just tuning in, I've been playing a Chatot deck. Alright, asking me to bring someone forward. I will, at this point, go ahead and put Gyarados to the front. So I've been playing this Chatot deck with 5 fossil cards. The basic thought process is you get shot to the active spot, you cycle through the fossil cards, you discard them. Your going through your deck, hoping to get your Gyarados, your Magikarp evolved to Gyarados Misty. And then if you have decent coin flips with Misty, you're off to the races a little bit earlier than you might elsewise be. That's the intention behind it. Has it worked that way? Sometimes yes. More times not. And even when it has worked out, a lot of times I'm just Misty. My coin flip is always tails. Alright, third point of energy there. And with that, not a whole lot else I can do. So on my turn. Definitely on the struggle bus these last 3 or 4 matches. So overall, I would say I'm not super impressed with this particular deck. There they go. They got their Golem going. Pidgeot's my favorite card as of now. Nice. Nice, Wada. That is a great deck. I wish I had enough Pidgeot EX to actually put a deck together. Golem to the front. Brock, extra point of energy. And with that, they're going to lay down a 120 point attack. Very nice on their part. We know that they take 30 less damage, so I'll need a Giovanni to help out. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and ask Giovanni to help out on this weakened Gyarados. And with that, I'll attack. So 60 points, not too far away. That's about it. So I'm pretty much out of this match. Let them go ahead and finish me off. Yep. Didn't really need that heal, but... Alright, they're wasting time. Alright, we'll just take it. Go ahead and jump out then. Alright. So, down to the last half hour of streaming this deck. Overall, right now, I'd say I'm about even on wins and losses. I was pretty strong early on. Maybe it was beginner's luck. But in the last, I would say, half hour, 45 minutes, the hands I've been dealt have just kind of been horrible. I had swapped out a little bit. I was hot with the build out that you see on the overlay right now, which was 2 Chatot, 2 A1A Magikarps, 2 Gyarados EX, 1 Potion, 1 X Speed, 2 Pokeball, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Misty, 1 Giovanni, 2 Dome Fossils, 2 Old Amber, 1 Helix Fossil. A viewer had a great suggestion to maybe pull out a Pokeball. So I dropped my Pokeball from 2 to 1 and I added a Sabrina. But overall, it's just been, I've been kind of on the struggle bus with this deck. I did just recently pull Sabrina back out, went back to the original build. Still really hasn't made much of a difference. I think Chatot may have some play and some opportunities, but you spend a lot of time giving up damage in the beginning. You're just trying to stock up some KOs. It's like, you know, Mike Tyson, you know that huge KO punch is coming your way. And you just gotta, try to do something before it happens. Where with no damage, if I could be peppering someone up front, 1-2, 1-2, I might be doing a little better. So overall, not a bad deck. Perhaps somebody could take this build here, not my build. I like to look around and find what all the people are doing for builds. Well, at least all the ones that are floating out there, and then kind of either combine them or use one of them. But yeah, I just it's been fun playing, but as 2.5 hours into it, it hasn't been that much fun. Okay, Marshadow. So tomorrow night I'm going to be doing Pocket and Chill, which is more of I'm just going to stream something that I enjoy playing. It'll probably be either a Golem deck or a Marshadow deck. Let me see here real quick. I'm going to go Professor's Research. Looking for a little help. I'm going to go Pokeball. I'm going to place this Chatot down on the bench. I'm going to assign Magikarp to 1 energy. Magikarp's going to do a leap out, which basically jumps out of the fishbowl and back to this other spot. So tomorrow night, it's just going to be more of conversation. I'll be less focused on playing the deck. I'll be as much focused on conversation and just visiting with viewers. Asking viewers if they want to play some non-competitive matches where we can just kind of hang out and kind of battle. Pocket and Chill will turn into trading sessions once trading's available. Of course, we don't know how trading's going to work, but it'll be an opportunity for people to log in, connect in, say what they're looking for. Perhaps somebody has that, and then however we trade, whether it's a private, I don't know, a private match-like thing, but it's a trade window. Not really sure, and not sure how much it's going to cost, but we'll use our Pocket and Chill events to do that as well. And then I do have Discord going, and we can use Discord for trading as well. All right, Gyarados on the table. Gonna go ahead and go with Misty. She doesn't like me. And again, just as I thought. With that, I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy to Chatot. My opponent's got 1 card, so it doesn't really make sense for me to do much. So I'm holding on to that in case I get kind of stuck. I can at least, they get a few cards, I can do something. So at this point, I'm going to end my turn. All right. Let's see how this goes. So there's Aerodactyl EX. Excuse me. Graveler with a 40-point strike. Almost got the Golem in place. I at least got a fossil card. I'll go ahead and get on the bench. I can always move it out. Professor's Research. See if Professor Oak can help me out at all. Another Gyarados. And assign this energy here. Unfortunately, none of those cards are really buying me very much. I really need my Magikarp. Got a 40-point strike, so using my potion doesn't make sense. I really don't want to give up a point yet, so I think what I'll do is I'll use this X speed. No, I'm going to hold on to X speed. I'll just go ahead and retreat. Put Gyarados to the front. And with that, I'll end my turn. Okay. Professor's Research. We got Graveler, just probably jonesing to turn into a Golem. Shouldn't be all that far away. Does my opponent. My opponent's up to 3 cards now. There's a third energy. We know Graveler needs, or excuse me, we know Golem needs 4. There's a good shot by my opponent. And I'm still on the struggle bus. Goodness. Well, I'm going to go ahead and assign that third energy. Go ahead and use this potion. Go ahead and put this Dome Fossil on the bench. Gonna move it off. I got a little bit to work with. I'm gonna hold on to the other one because I'm not planning to mimic anytime soon. And with that, I'm gonna end my turn. So not going too well here for about the last, almost really the last hour. This deck has just kind of fizzled out. There's Guard Press. Coming up with a Giovanni. A nice strike by my opponent. My opponent takes negative 30 damage. And I can't really get much going, unfortunately. At this point, I have no choice but to do this. Pull this card back. Trying to buy myself a little time. I'm gonna discard. Discard. I'm going all in at this point. Discard again. And with that, I will throw a Mimic. So I'm just swapping a couple cards for a couple cards. Didn't really buy me much. Okay. So, definitely struggling. Struggle. Got Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl's holding... And there's a score. Bring this to the front. And at this point the match is over, so I'll go ahead and concede. Good match by an opponent. Bested me. Another horrible hand. And with that, moving on. All right. So tomorrow night as part of Pocket and Chill, I think I'll go through and kind of share some of the cards I've collected. Some of the gold cards. I don't have a huge... Vaporeon and Gyarados still the best version. Yeah, I agree with you, Wada. I don't have a lot of great cards to share, but I'll share what I have tomorrow. Alright, opponent found. Let's do this. Level 20. Down to the last few minutes of the stream. This deck is kind of fizzling out. Let's see if we can end with a couple of good matches. 3 hours of being beat up with this deck. Probably not one I'll be playing again. But it's been fun to learn and experiment. Not to mention, the more you play something, the more you learn about it, the more when you see it, you know what to expect and how to either act or react to it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple cards, a couple of Dome Fossils down. And with that, I'll end my turn. We got an Eevee up front. Could this be a Vaporeon? Could it be a Flareon? Had an opponent, I think it was last night, that fired off 5 continuous steps in a row. Little old Eevee, 1 energy, 100-point damage. It was pretty amazing. Yeah, seeing it, you don't want to play it. Yeah, Wada, I'm there too. But I'm going to see it through to the end. There's a Tails. That's better for continuous steps. Alright, Professor's Research. I'm going to start with Professor's Research. Got a Pokeball and X-Speed. At this point, I'm just kind of going to go all in. I have nothing to lose. Going to place the other Chatot down on the bench. Going to move out this fossil. Place this one in. Going to move this one out. Going to move this one out. I'm nowhere close to who knows where Magikarp is. I'm going to assign this energy here. And I'm going to Mimic. And I'm going to hope for some better cards. So your new model is tomorrow. Are you talking just a Pocket and Chill, or are you talking this model here where I'm moving my head, eyes? All right, good strike by my opponent. Okay, so let's start with the Magikarp. Go ahead with the Pokeball next. Yeah, this is the new. This is the new one. So I'm giving this 3D one an opportunity to see what I think. It's already pre-configured, so it works really well with Cartoon Animator 5 and the live face. Another Pokeball. So this is the one I'm giving a try, just to see if I like it or not. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this other Magikarp down. I'm going to use Misty on one of the Magikarp. There's a heads. Oh, she gave 3 energy on that one, so that's nice of her. Have a point of energy, we'll go 4th one there. And with that, I will not do a Mimic, because I've sent on 2 Gyarados with 2 Magikarp. Yeah, Cartoon Animator 5 is what I have. That's where you can build your own cartoons. You can take an image and doctor it all up and do everything you need. You can also buy little, like this little dude here. I think he was like $12 US. And you could, if you had the full, you could animate body and arms and everything else. I'm just doing headshot. And then I have the live face module for iPhone, which is a huge upgrade over the webcam version. Alright, I'm just waiting for my opponent. I started with the webcam and then moved to the live face. Nice 60-point shot by Vaporeon. Very nice. My 10 health Magikarp to the front. And Professor's Research to see what Professor Oak brings for me. Fossil and X speed. And go ahead and do an evolution of Gyarados. We got Greninja sitting in the back. Greninja loves to do those little 20-point snipes as we just saw. Move this energy over here. Gonna play this Gyarados as well. Gonna throw a... Oh, my opponent conceded after they saw all that. Bummer. Okay. It's a little closer. I definitely don't look like the anime character. But at one point in time, I had a lot of hair on my head that kind of looked like that. I don't necessarily wear glasses, but I thought it worked good with the budget gamer. I do have a beard. So, it's a little bit of a match. So I'm happy with it. I just kind of like it's got the 3D, so I can kind of tilt and rotate my head, look one way, look the other way. But try to look at the, I guess, blink an eye, blink another eye, eyebrows, low mouth, tongue. That's kind of cool. All right, last match of the night. It's a PNG with just open and close mouth. Yeah, that's what my anime is. It's just basically a PNG file where you go in and you take the mouth and it has AI software and you draw what the mouth would look like: open, close, left, right, eyelids open, shut, looking left, looking right, eyeballs, and all that kind of stuff. And you kind of use the Animator 5 to build all that out, but it's not the same as these full 3-dimensional figures. And so that's what I'm using now. Oh, okay. So I'm probably going to go with this one for my live streams. And then I'm really happy actually with my anime and the AI cloned anime voice of a younger boy. So, you know, like a teenager. So I'm going to continue to use that one for my long form videos. All right, last match of the night. Let's see if we can end this on a winning note, or if it's going to be down the drain like all the rest of these matches. Misty, seems like when she does help, I can't get my Magikarp to turn into a Gyarados to evolve. She helped me a little bit on that one, and ultimately I won the match, so Misty was a help on that one. So thank you, Misty. Last match of the night. If you look on Animator 5 website, Wada, you'll see there's all kinds of 3-dimensional characters. And right now there's like a holiday sale, so they're super cheap. Oh yeah, like a Simpsons character. That's cool. All right, Magikarp out to the front. I'm gonna go ahead and start my battle. And these are once you buy them, they're not like copyrighted or anything. You have a full use license. You use them as your avatar. All right, Ralts to the front. Last match, Psychic deck. Let's get this party started. I need at least something on the bench. So I'm going to go ahead and place 3 on the bench. I know I can move them out. And with that, I'll end my turn. Okay. Come on. Well, let's end this strong. Ralts with a single point of energy. Nobody else on the bench. Do we have a Ramtack coming our way? Oh, they've got the Mew EX. And they're going to do a 10-point attack. All right. Professor's research. So let's get this party started. What we're looking for is a Chatot. And it doesn't happen, but the Pokeball might help us out. And it does. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this fossil. Chatot to the bench. At this point, I'm going to use my X speed. Because I want to get my hand started right now. So I'm going to use X speed here. I'm going to retreat back. I'm going to put Chatot to the active spot. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a Dome Fossil, because I want as few cards in my hand as possible. I know I'm not going to draw anything from the bench, so everything I've discarded, I can keep the 3 like that. I'll put this energy on Chatot. And if it works the way it's supposed to work, good old Magikarp. I got 4 cards coming my way. Let's see good old Magikarp evolve into Gyarados. Misty. Pokeball. There we go. Alright, there's a good exchange there. That's the way it's supposed to work. Okay, Mewtwo. 2 Mewtwo EXs. Wow, Ralts to Kirlia already. Gardevoir gets into the game. It's a tough match. Alright. My opponent smartly moves Kirlia back. We've got Gyarados. We've got Misty. Come on, Misty. Help us out. Last match of the night. 1 energy. Oh, Misty. Killing me. I'm going to go ahead and put that energy on Gyarados. I'm going to go ahead and use Pokeball. Should be able to pull a Magikarp or a Chatot. Okay. So we'll go ahead and move this fossil out. Now here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to move this fossil in. And then out. And then Magikarp in. And then I'm going to finish with the Mimic. Exchange 1 Professor's Research for 3 new cards. Gyarados, Professor's Research, and a Chatot. Alright. Okay. Kirlia. Does Kirlia... Yep, there's Gardevoir. Okay, well, I'm getting ready to step on. I'm at the old bus stop. I see the bus coming down the road. It says struggle on it. Pulling up to my bus stop. Do I hop on it? Probably. Oh, goodness. I probably do. Opponent takes a 1-0 lead. Oh yeah, here's the struggle bus. This is the bus I'm used to riding. Let's hop on it. Alright, so I'm going to have my second Gyarados going. I'm going to use Professor's Research. I really need that other Misty. There she is. Alright, Misty. Help me out, would you? Although I can't use her this turn. So... I'm not guaranteed she's going to help me, so I'll put that third energy there. And I will put this Chatot on... No, I'll hold on to that one. And with that, I'll end my turn. Okay, down to the very last. Thanks again for joining. We're down to the last few minutes of the last match. Been a fun time with the stream. Been actually very enjoyable playing this deck. Kind of interesting to experience it, but after 3 hours of it, it's definitely, I'll conclude it's not something I'd be moving into my rotation for deck play. There's a nice 50-point shot by my opponent. Okay, so I'm going to start with Misty. I'm going to put Misty on this other one. Last time for her tonight. And of course, she ends with a fail. Well, at this point, it's over. Oh, goodness. Obviously, if I attack, I'm going to get taken back out. That's 3 points. My only other option is retreat, which basically takes me of all my energy. But, you know, I always go down fighting. I'm going to do that. I'm going to place this Chatot on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and retreat. And I'll put this Chatot into the active spot. All right. So tomorrow night is Pocket and Chill. I'll be playing kind of a mix of decks. I won't be just like exploring and focusing a certain deck. Like my typical streams, it's just going to be kind of be online, hang out, spend as much time chatting, visiting, getting to meet people. A little bit of, I'll do a little bit like card display of what I've gathered so far. I'll be looking for any viewer battles, non-competitive viewer battles, just for fun. And with that, this match is about over, so we're wrapping up the night. Yep, nothing else I can do. Good match by my opponent, and I'll concede the final match of the night. And with that, I'll conclude that it's an interesting deck. It has some potential. It's fun to play. Maybe not for 3 hours. But compared to some of the decks I've just really enjoyed, like my Golem Drudagon deck, or the one that was just focused on Marshadow, I really enjoyed that deck. Or even for myself, I enjoy playing a nice, simple Blaine deck. But that's going to be it for tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining. I'll catch up with everyone tomorrow night, same time, 8 p.m. So I just want to wish everyone a good rest of their morning, or maybe where you're at, an afternoon, an evening, or night, depending on, of course, where you are in the globe. And as always, let's battle. Thanks, Wada. I'll catch you later. Catch you soon.